Herr Weber?
Frau Russo, guten Morgen.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Wouldn't start without you.
Das ist für Ihre Soldaten.
Ach, danke, das ist sehr nett von Ihnen.
Kein Problem. Einen schönen Tag noch.
Hey Jungs, schaut, was wir haben.
Was ist das?
Move up, men!
Forward to the church!
Watch for enemy fire! Cover! Get the radio! I'll cover you! Go!
Sergeant Summers, F Company, send in the planes, now!
Where's planes, Summers?
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, boys. Bombs away. Stärkungen sind angekommen, Feldmarschall Rommel.
Welcome back, Commander. Glad to have you here, and we're off to Italy. Yes, in the war that never stops giving, in the war that never ends. We're going to fight them in Italy. This is kind of there's probably a big cutscene to come. That was the launch trailer.
Dear Maggie, it's been a while, I know. Sorry, I've never been as good with words as you. I just finished up 5 months in North Africa. Didn't see a single German all the while I was there. We were training mostly, lots of marching up and down, cleaning boots, getting yelled at. Reminded me of Fort Riley. No one knew where we were gonna end up, of course, just that we needed to be ready. One of the Brits, Roy, fed me some chocolate. We'd be heading to Italy. General Buckram arrived a couple weeks back. Seems like a decent guy. Very confident, I guess you'd call it. He doesn't like the Brit General Norton, though. They're like oil and water. Buckram's mood got worse every time he talked to him, and we bore the brunt of it. Nearly wore my fingers to the bone cleaning my damn rifle. Roy got his chocolate a couple weeks back. We're off to Sicily. I was glad to be away from the heat. Not so glad to be wandering around the Mediterranean hoping the German subs wouldn't find us. We all breathed a sigh of relief when they announced we were finally headed to dry land. Captain McKay's here. Gives me some confidence that at least one person knows what he's doing. Well, I guess it's nearly time to leave, so I'd better go find somewhere to sit. I'll try to write more, if I can. Love always, Joe.
So let's start the party with a little bit of a beach fight.
All right, we've got to clear this beach before the rest of the troops can come ashore. We've got support on our flanks, but we need to take out those guns, or they'll tear our ships apart. Godspeed, men!
Oh, you heard the man. Let's go. Whoops, I mean, I was about to give me a tank and take it away from me instantly. How could you?
We've got troops pinned down by that HMG. Pull them out of there now!
They got us pinned down over here.
Okay, use the retreat button. That's what he's asking you to do. Learn the
Thanks,
mechanics.
Corporal. Those defenses are tougher than they look.
I'll let you into a secret. I'm enjoying this game more and more and more. I started with the Africa campaign. A bit meh. This one, the Italy campaign, much better. Much better. I still find the cutscenes a bit too cheesy for me though. Too much cheese, not enough glory. Not enough history, not enough glory. Trying to personalise it and make it, just shut up. Yeah, so flanking here has been quite successful. Look. The flamethrowers are doing their thing. And this is obviously the very first, almost a tutorial, easy mode, preamble to the campaign. Now, what's a little different to this campaign than usual is there's a turn-based strategy and a real-time strategy. So now we're in the real-time strategy, but between these fights, we're going to a kind of turn-based. We'll have a big map of Italy, and we'll move our units across, you know, and attack towns and that kind of stuff, and resource management. And that's quite nice. And I think it's a good addition. I don't know if you ever played Relic's first real-time strategy, Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War. In the final instalment of Dawn of War, they added a campaign, and you know you'd choose one faction, and you'd battle to and fro, defending and attacking across the galaxy map. Well, they've now done it for Company of Heroes. So we're going to and fro, defend and attack across Italy, backwards and forwards.
Gun dealt with. Just one more to
Until
go.
presumably we conquer the whole damn lot. A little resource clicky. Grab that for some ammo or some fuel or something. Oh, look at that, 88. I think we kill that 88, gets us the level. Or certainly is our first task. I brought my troops up here because I wanted to get close with the flamethrower, but he's not flamethrowing, so I'm moving him up to the flank to get line of sight with the flamethrower. Burn all of them really quickly. Just not doing it. Little things like that, and there are more of them. Little niggles. This game could use some patching. It's, you know, I'm loving it. I love it more and more each time I play it, but there's room for things to get tightened up on in the reduction. And I'm hoping, of course I hope they will, I'm sure they will. Yeah, I balked at the price of this. I didn't like paying 50 quid for a game like this, you know. I might not get hooked on. It might be a short-lived love affair.
That's all the guns down. The Krauts are retreating.
So I've been apprehensive, you know. And I played the Italy campaign. I thought, really? I'm even going to play all this all the way through? Probably not.
Right, men.
But this one,
Now, the beach is
sorry,
secure. We
the
have a head
Africa
fortress.
Corps campaign, yeah, it
We
was
need
a
to push
bit
up into
second
town.
rate.
Crowd forces are going to be dug in deep, so expect heavy resistance. The town square is the key. You capture that, and Jetla's ours. Airborne troops are on the way. Things will get a bit easier when they get here. Try to stay in one piece until they arrive. The locals are doing what they can to fight back. Your main goal is the town square. All right. Good luck, men.
Storyline here, pretty lame. Yeah, so Africa, yeah, I was kind of.
Set up on the beach. But we still need to
But there's still this
take town
skirmishing, and
clear
essentially
out the enemy forces.
know that
I know for some
AI
of you, this is your
skirmishing,
first time under
perhaps
fire.
with a friend,
Just
is
remember why
going
we're
to keep
here,
me
you'll
going
do
for
fine.
hours. But yes, I was a bit upset by that. Well, not upset, I was a bit meh by the
Now the
Africa
beach
Corps
is
campaign.
secure. We've been able to bring in some new equipment. Time to put it to good use.
Brought me a tank, thanks. And but this one, no, this is ticking my boxes. This I'm actually genuinely excited. I might even hang on. I'll crack a beer in a second. I'm excited by this. I know it's just company pairs. I know it's just another real-time strategy. You've seen them all before, played them all before, just a different map. But I tell you, I'm up for it. And that movie trailer, that really set me up for it as well. That really brought me a big smile to my face. So I've done about 3 hours of gameplay and I've recorded it. I'm going to show you in installments. I'm going to not going to drag you in for a whole 3 hours, and I'm not going to heavily edit it down so that you're just seeing, you know, the explosions.
Ready for deployment, sir.
Bazooka squad reporting in.
We're up, boys.
So I thought the first hour and 20 minutes
Sir. Let's move out.
is worth a watch.
That's an affirmative.
There's little bits I could trim out, but there's no point. So those are my units. I think I've got an engineer who can fix that tank, and in we go. Let's just storm it. I've set my base up, you know, that's my respawn there. They've actually got a base on the coast, on the beach itself. I've lit the F button, which means they auto resupply with troops if they go anywhere near that tent. I like that. I don't like having to click it manually. What's the point?
You men, get ready. Take that anti-tank kit. We can use it.
Yeah, grab the guns. The enemy are dropping guns in the test version. They almost never dropped a gun, but they're now dropping guns. That's good. I've yet to see them reman anything. I've yet to see them reman an unmanned tank gun or something. It's something they used to do. The AI seems to have forgotten how. And that's, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. I don't like it when they do it because it messes me up. But it makes for, you know, it makes for AI that wants to win. It makes for some really difficult gameplay. It ups the difficulty level. I like it.
Only good crowd's a dead crowd. Let's go.
So the difference between this and all the other gazillion real-time strategies, including Dawn of War, the predecessor, was how aggressive the enemy AI are. How they really want to win. They're always trying to storm your points. They're always charging at you. The level of aggression in them was massive, and they made it quite challenging. You'd have to fight to win a level. You know, it was a back and forward, a to and fro. It's never just you amass a big formation and drive it through the enemy that can't resist it. It's never that simple.
What do you need? Let's advance.
Right, that's the aid post construction.
So far,
We can
I know I'm only
reinforce
playing the
the deal
scripted
from
missions,
there now.
and then
That should
the
make our advance a little easier.
multiplayer demonstration I played last month or whatever, you know, the pre-release.
Engineers here.
I haven't found it to be hard. I haven't found the AI to be that challenging, which is sort of a disappointment, really.
We ain't got all day. What is it? Get to it. Give him an answer, boys. I don't fancy yours. Move it, you maggots! Keep up your pace of fire. Move it, you maggots! Jump to it, boys. Move! Watch your flanks! Get those straight on! Straight on! All right, men. Step head.
As I say, after playing Gates of Hell for the last month or so, this is just so forgiving, so relaxing.
That did 'em. They're all gunned down.
You know, I'm just not losing all my. I can, if I lose something, I can build a new one and try again. You know, there's a constant supply, and it's much more forgiving.
Pass out medical supplies while we can.
There's also a faster pace.
Job for
you know, the slow pauses while I go individually through every troop in my army and pick him up a new gun and some bullets. It's not there. When I run across the map from A to B, and that's pretty small. You know, it only takes a couple of seconds, and he's from the staging point to the fight. It's just around the corner.
Boys are waiting. Ready for deployment.
That's not letting me pick up those. Oh, it is. If I resource cap, if I get a full inventory of
Let's get it done, boys.
resource, I can't pick up these resource baskets anymore. I have to wait until I've spent some.
You men, get ready.
So I can't pick him up now.
Fall back. Move it.
So ammunition.
Standing by.
So population is capped at 1,000 resource points. Ammunition at 400. I don't know if it's different from map to map, but there is a cap. There's a point. So you have to kind of spend it.
We're locked and loaded.
Catches some easy points. You see on the mini map, the big yellow marker is where they want me to go, town square or something.
Say the words, sir.
I'm population capped,
Heads up,
so
men. Krauts have got an anti-tank gun and a heavy machine gun defending the road ahead. Our airborne troops were blown off course and they've landed nearby. Let's go find them before the Krauts do.
oh, as luck would have it, the airborne squad are right here in that house at the top of the screen. And he's shoving a shootout with the Germans in the yellow. Them.
Take that territory. Make them pay for it.
So I'm doing a lot of tank shock.
All in, squad. Relay orders. These bazookas need targets, damn it.
I like to run my tanks in as close as they'll get. Guns blazing.
Infantry dead. Got us pegged. Fall back.
Thanks, Corporal. We thought we were going to miss out on all the
Send
fun.
my troops, my engineers home for
Now
get
let's
a new
go
man,
find
the lost
those
one.
Krauts.
Orders back at HQ. That's it. One side.
Let's tell me I've got off black artillery and okay. Trying to remember to use it. Don't often. Such thing as too many buttons.
You men, get ready. Can't move it. Fall back. Fall back.
Anyway.
Go, go, go. All right, men. Stand by. Keep moving. He's hurt. Medic. Heads up. We got the all clear. Orders in. Let's make it happen. Jump to it, boys. Move your ass.
Capture Jella. See, I'd have pronounced that Gela, but Jella. It's good Italy.
What do you need?
Taking those boys up behind that wall, so they can give them supporting fire while I tank thrust. Did I miss this? Yes, well, thrust that tank in. Oh dear, yeah, I like that one. Up to the flank of that machine gun. Shoot in the side. Oh, there's a lot of them there, look. He's walked into the ant's nest. They did say there was a cannon up that street as well as a machine gun. I haven't seen it yet.
So much for peace and quiet. Make a decision. Don't stop.
Yes, look how colourful this all is. Look how I'm just the pink houses, the roofs, the big blues on the tanks, the the red and the blue unit markers, the lettering, company and support ability, dark bright yellow. Such a colourful game. Really, again, noticing the difference between this and the Men of War series. Greenery, the flowers, painted houses, not just mire and grime and rubble. This is what you get in Call to Arms Gates of Hell. It's just essentially the scenery is a load of grey, dusty rubble. Hold on, give me a second. I'm just going to grab a beer. Time for a celebratory beer because I've had a bit of good fun with this today. Well, I'm ready. We'll have a quick toast, all those warriors of the world. Oh, there's the cannon look. So I've got a new unit and it's an airdrop. So I could have dropped artillery on him, but I thought I'd drop some paratroopers. Make them stand behind him and shoot him, but I didn't realise I was going to be, going to have a whole load of friends with him. They're a bit outnumbered there. I could throw a grenade, but I kind of think they'll just shoot him. Until I'll throw a grenade at them, them hiding in the flowers. Yeah, big hippie. Oh, that seemed to work. With the desired effect. So that's the cannon and the machine gun guarding the road that they warned me of. And this is the beer I warned you of.
We've got paratroopers waiting in the wings,
Oh
Commander.
yeah. Now, so the town square is just up there. Nothing's really been able to stand against this tank so far, so I'm pretty confident. Normally, I would be religiously capturing every possible capture point. Oh, let's run him off. Let's run off. Chase him down. I wonder if he's going to flee to the edge of the map and actually leave. No.
Oh, we're there! Sherman rolling! Block that MG fire! Kill him!
It's a shame you can't squash people in your tank in this game, but there you go. Oh, some armour reinforcements. That's something to shoot at. Bit of excitement. Yeah, there's no escape, mate. You ran, but you didn't hide. So I'll link them up with. Oh, see, look, there's. So yeah, so he's having a gunfight with two houses. Like he's pinned between two groups of infantry and houses. And I would sort of expect him to get absolutely eviscerated by even one bunch of infantry in a house, but he seems to be doing alright. Do you think the tank will go through the archway? Can he drive through there? What do you think? Can we give it a go? Take your guess and we'll find out. Yes!
He's in that tower. We need to
There's a town square we've got to capture. Don't see any. Oh, I was going to say I don't see any anti-tank, but I'll say I do now. The tank that shot him, I guess that's an Italian tank. It really just did no damage to that Sherman at all. This is not long after the Sherman's first been deployed. It was still, when it first comes out in, I don't know, 19 in Africa basically, it's the top tank on the battlefield. It's the Tiger of its day. You know, it's got a bigger gun, better armour, better ability. Really a step above all the German tanks when it first deploys. Obviously, that doesn't last. Now, after it blows up all the German tanks, they replace those blown up German tanks. We want us to kill the sniper, by the way, in the tower. They replace the German Tiger tanks, the German tanks with better ones that can fight Shermans.
Snipers down. Keep an eye out for more.
Nice destruction. See, none of those guys there picked up the anti-tank gun and started shooting with it. I mean, if a player was there, that's exactly what he'd have done. So the AI did used to do that in the previous iterations of the game, but not yet in this one. Surprises me they didn't just cut and paste the AI code. I mean, they must own it all. It's the same company. They know how to do it, and they've got the code written. But for some reason, it's not there. There's that tank's just sitting in the middle of everyone. And, Not really having a hard time with it. He's got a scratch. Got a dent in him.
Manual traverse! Infantry stacked! That's a go, boys! Playing while you run. Let's move, let's move!
It's nice, colourful
Given, men.
windows there. What a beautiful place. I can't remember Italy actually looking like this, to be honest with you. The colours.
Man down! Man down!
Yeah, and this is more what I expect Italy to look like. A load of smashed up buildings, falling apart stuff, ravaged by wars too. Oh, there you go. So, bit of a speed run. Didn't do it the slow death way.
Jayla is ours. There's still a long way to go before we take Sicily, but it's a good start. Well done.
And that takes us back to the next cutscene, which I hope you enjoy as much as I do. Yeah. Yeah, cutscenes 5 out of 10 for this game. No, they're not.
We did it. We finally
They're not
took
floating my
Sicily.
boat.
Roy said it took 38 days.
If I wasn't recording, I'd skip them.
I'm just grateful for
Never
the break.
watch any of them.
Lost
ever.
a lot of good men. You know, if that
And as it
wasn't
is, I'm kind of
enough,
biting
it's like
my
half the damn
time
German
not
army
to
got
just
away.
start.
They'll all
Well,
be
A,
waiting for us on the
slagging them off. I
mainland,
obviously can't
no
help
doubt.
myself, but
Although McKay says the Italians have had enough.
I'm
and
tempted to
surrendered.
just
Some
do
of
a
them
live
even
action
started
piss
fighting
take of
against the
them.
Germans. Not sure
like
how
her.
effective
Oh
they'll
my
be.
god,
We'll
woman.
see, I guess.
It's
We
the
got word
it's
yesterday
the
that the theater
female
commander
hero
got
of
kicked
World
back
War
to the
II
US,
who
and they're sending someone
fought
new.
the Nazis in
He's
Italy,
gonna
and
have his work cut out for him. That's
they're
for
all
sure.
fascists.
Buckram and Norton have been at each other's throats
Not.
since we landed at
Oh, they're
Jayla.
the nice Italians who are.
Roy's been taking bets on
No.
who's gonna get punched first. My money's on Norton. He's too arrogant to get us to Rome if he
This is the
asks
other
me.
bit. There's
Not that anyone does. McKay's got us prepping
in the
for
war,
main arms.
Monty and
Still
Patton,
a
essentially the
hard-ass,
American
but
and
if
the
anyone
British
can get us
armies
through
were
this,
in
it's
rivalry
him.
with each other.
The landing's supposed to be
Although they
tactical
fought together
surprise,
and cooperated
but
really
everyone
well,
knows where we're headed. The Germans do
there was
too,
a
I bet.
rivalry.
Either
And,
way, that
so
new
this is an
commander's
attempt
gotta
to
spread pretty thin.
recreate that rivalry,
I hope
to
he knows what
reenact
he's
it,
doing.
to, I don't know, to... And it sucks. So, this is a two-phase
Welcome to
game.
Italy,
Phase 1
Commander.
you've seen.
Unfortunately, our British allies have allowed the Krauts to retreat to the mainland.
I think you'll find, General, that the British forces played their role to
Such a
perfection.
yawn.
Perhaps you should look closer to home for the cause of the Operation Shortcut.
Yeah, perhaps you should have a skip button.
Now listen here, Clarence. It was your insistence on operational prudence that got us into this
Right,
situation.
please excuse me, but I'm going to talk over
Commander,
these guys.
where
And I
General
don't normally
Buckram
do
and
that,
I
but
do
they're
agree
boring the hell out of
is
me.
that we must
So
follow
this
the
is
Germans
turn-based
and make our way
strategy.
to the Calabria region of Italy as soon as possible.
The interim screens are plays pretty much the same as the game we're playing in real-time strategy. We're going to capture ammunition
The Germans
points.
are
We're
retreating
going
north.
to capture.
We need to catch them, then hit them hard.
We're going to capture ammunition points, fuel points, resource points, and we're going to spawn and upgrade different types of units. We'll spawn tank units. We'll place certain types of armies.
Our advance force is leaving for Calabria, sir.
But in
Sir, we're sending an advance force to Calabria to lay the groundwork for the landings at Salerno and Taranto. The company will be under your direct command.
Hey, what's the word?
so we're going to learn the mechanics.
Tanker, get into work.
It's not rocket science.
Hey, got a move check.
There you go. We've done it
The men are
100
doing the
games
best
before.
they can, sir, but they'll need to rest before they can advance much further.
Come on, commit. Move
Goes
it.
as far as he can go, and then it's end turn. This is the skill trees that each unit's got, and that your campaign's got. So as we win battles and stuff, we'll get experience points, which we'll be able to spend on I'm doing our, you know, on the same, basically the same upgrades you get in the real-time strategy part. Exactly the same upgrade tree.
The enemy left a supply emplacement up ahead.
Applied.
We need to take it out.
To the turn-based strategy. So you know what's going on. Doesn't take much. It doesn't take any explanation. You're already there. I'm going to click on that, and he's going to go up and blow up that bunker.
All guns opening up.
I noticed there are, and there's a mechanic here. Some of those bunkers, there's an anti-infantry bunker. Attack it with a tank. There's an anti-tank bunker. Attack it with infantry. And you've got a blue health bar at the top of your icon. Unit marker icon. You will take damage. As you go into a real-time strategy battle, if you have damage, you don't get all your moves. Right, you won't be. You know, you get the kind of additional call-in paratroopers, or call-in artillery. Your troops won't be as won't have all the powers that they would have otherwise. So,
sir, capturing Tropia will allow us to bring more troops ashore to solidify our hold in Calabria. That should be our first priority.
Commander, I appreciate Norton's love of ports, but I like to look at the bigger picture. Capturing Chittenova will keep the pressure on the Germans. We should head there first. We can get to Tropia later, Commander.
Who are we going to do? Listen to the British or listen to the Americans? Oh, it's playing us. It's so deep. Yeah, anyway, I'm listening to the Americans despite being British. Because he's the one, that's the one I wanted to go for. I wanted to go for the heal your units. I wanted to go for the triage tent. So that's what we're going to do.
Ready? Finish your brew, chaps. Alright, which one of you ticks volunteered for work?
Sir, we really should revisit the plan to prioritize Chittenova.
Oh, Danny, just go on.
Sir, while Chittenova's strategic appeal is
Shut up.
undeniable. Very well, sir.
Yeah, so this stuff, this is an attempt to be kind of historically fun. Just shut up. Just don't give it to her. Let me get on with it.
The damn Krauts aren't gonna go quietly. We're gonna need more time to capture Chittenova.
Next to the names of those maps, where that yellow arrow is pointing, is a flag icon. It's a shield icon. It takes that many turns of sieging them before you can capture it. So in that one it had one flag, so I have to wait one turn while sieging him before I can capture it. That Tropia on the top left has two flags, two shields, so I have to siege it for 2 turns before capturing it. When we have a real-time strategy battle, and that's the mechanic of conquest on the map. It's that simple. When we have a real-time strategy battle is when
good first step on our road to victory.
Is when our armies meet.
Your troops are a welcome sight. We've been getting tired of all that sauerkraut.
So we've got my tank army. If that was to meet a German, a fascist tank army on the minimap, we could either auto-resolve it or play it out in a real-time strategy.
You need a tank? You can't find anyone else? Armor's ready to go. And we're ready to move.
That's the limit of his range. He's gonna head off for the beach, capture that port. Now, I'm in enemy territory. My health bar, the longer I stay in enemy, I've got a certain amount of stamina. There's only so long I can stay in enemy territory without resupply. Let's blow up his little base before I start taking damage. And as I was saying, damage does affects my real-time strategy zone. When I spawn in for those fights, I'm undergunned. I might be able to show you later.
We have naval support on the way, sir.
So there you go, one round there. Lost one shield. Let's teach me how to use the ships. The ships have a barrage ability. So I could bombard that town and remove a shield from it. In which case he'd conquer it in one turn, not two. But what I also could have done is, remember I attacked those the bunkers.
That should clear out
I could
any
also use it to
lingering
blow up the
German
bunker.
forces. We should now use our company to capture Tropia. Tropia is under
You see
our
he's taking
control,
damage.
sir.
That's
The port will allow us to bring in more men and strengthen our grip on Calabria.
both the town and the unit attacking it have taken damage. Interesting.
Sir, we should put the port to use by requisitioning another company.
So I buy troops. By capturing those towns, I earn resources in the same way as you'd expect: population, ammunition, fuel, and the types of troops I buy are the same units you'd buy inside the real-time strategy game, and they cost fuel. Ammunition. They probably cost exactly the same. Now I want to choose between the US Airborne, very good against vehicles, anti-tank. US Special Forces, very good against infantry. I wanted to get infantry. It's only letting me buy for the moment because I'm in the opening phases, the tutorial phases, so to speak. It's only allowing me to get airborne, anti-tank infantry. Fair enough, they'll do.
We've got a new company on the way, sir. Once it arrives, we will be able to continue our advance.
Find and engage the German
We've
company.
got reports a German company is trailing just north of Pizzo, but we don't have their exact position. We need to find them before they can reinforce.
Right, so that company, I think, when we find them...
We could go straight up the roads and hope we're faster, or we could transport a company from Tropia to get a head start.
Oh, I'm going to go use
right
the
away,
port.
sir.
Transport company from Tropia, that's what I want to do. I want to try a marine landing. I want to just zip them up the coast road. When we meet the rival company, that's when I think we get the, when we go to the battle phase. It's the part we're more used to. Resupply, drop him there, where it's telling me to. And there we go.
We've got eyes on that enemy company, and they're looking weak. We need to hit them now.
Yeah, we're chugging in ready. Driver, get us closer. What's our objective? Hands up, man.
So I will move him up as well.
Ready with the knives.
So I did manage to get both infantry units, and I'm going to send both of them up there. I don't know if they'll both get to join the fight.
What's the word? All right, men, we're up. Let's show these bastards what we can do.
So, auto-resolve. There are three ways to play it. I could auto-resolve, and the computer decides who wins. I could start the battle and play it out manually. And this being the tutorial phase, it's not allowing me to do that just this time. So despite that I actually want to go in there and beat them up, I'm going to auto-resolve. And it's telling us that we're expected to win. It shows us. You've seen these things in countless countless turn-based games. It's not letting me add other units to my fight. It's just the one guy versus the other guy.
The Germans are still retreating,
And an easy
Commander,
victory.
but they're weak. We'll find them again, and when we do, that'll be the end of them. We only need one unit to hunt down that enemy company. Our other forces could do some good by securing those other towns.
Yeah, whatever. Come on.
Understood. We'll send one company after the enemy troops and use the rest to liberate nearby towns.
Hit them anyway. Hey, what's the word?
I've captured pizza.
Some thick forest terrain up ahead. We can use that to conceal our advance or stick to the roads for the fastest travel. There's a major port up ahead, Commander. We should
Oh, my
capture it and
pronunciation
consolidate our
might not be
forces
pizza, it
before
might be
continuing
pizza.
our advance
I
up the
don't know,
mainland.
pizza.
Time to work for Uncle Sam, boys.
So, through the woods unobserved, yes, we'll try that.
Good news, sir.
Down
We've
the
recovered a
road
cache of supplies
faster.
that was
Yeah, we'll
apparently
try that too.
abandoned
We'll do
by
one of
the
each. How about
retreating
that?
forces.
Get ready.
I don't want to go the whole movement, right? Just in case I bump into something. I want to change my idea.
Come on, men. Let's go.
Oh, look, one of those castles. Let's have it.
Let's see if your training took.
That's that bunker done. I'm suspecting that's end of turn. Yeah, end of turn.
Sir, the men have spent significant time in enemy territory. Supplies are stretched thin. Capturing Catanzaro would expand our supply network, allowing our companies to move further and stay in enemy territory longer.
What's the mission?
Alright, yeah, we'll capture Catanzaro. Gotta keep our troops supplied, apparently.
Order coming in, boys. Those dogs need some exercise. Get going.
We're ready for orders. Taking our shot. We'll get it done.
Right, so, this guy's wounded and he's on his own. Ah, and he's just going to siege it, isn't he? He's not actually going to physically go in there and fight it.
Commander, it looks like your people could do with a hand. We'll be right there.
Good. Oh, the Partisans came in. The good Italians, the ones that aren't fascists, you know, all those jolly nice
Squad reporting.
Italians.
Looks like we'll be working for a living.
They helped us capture it, took another shield off it with their partisan attack.
That's Catanzaro captured. The enemy is on the run, but there's no way we could catch up to the entire German army like this. Hold tight at Catanzaro so our reserves can catch up. We're planning further landing operations up north at Salerno and Taranto to cut off the retreating Axis forces.
Give us bloody orders.
So that was pretty much the tutorial phase of the turn base. So here we get a choice of units of armies, which ones we're going to take. Unfortunately, US Special Forces in the real-time strategy, they have snipers, I think, the US guys, so I'd like to play guys with snipers. But I think this is for... Look, I'm English, so I'm going with the UK Indian Artillery. There's no way around it. I played all the different factions, and the UK Indian Artillery was probably the worst one.
The port will be critical in maintaining a strong logistical
Certainly
base
far
as we
worse
establish
than,
control of the region.
Don't forget our real objective, Norton. We need to take
in
Rome
the bottom
as soon as
two.
possible. We can't just sit back and let the Krauts get comfortable.
Only fools rush in, old boy. Our men cannot be expected to face Germany's forces without adequate supplies.
Don't worry, Norton. The commander and I'll get us to Rome.
So
Then
this is
your
like,
man can have all the
how many
supplies
hours
they
of
want.
these two droning on about
Our
nonsense
ships
to
are
have to listen
stationed near
to?
Salerno,
I
sir.
paid £50 to
recommend
listen
we
to
begin
these
with a
two.
troop landing.
Blather and
It will
bore
give
me.
us the element of surprise.
Can't believe it.
That's horseshit, Clarence. The damn
Yeah,
Krauts
so I
have been
played
targeting our
I
convoy
played all the
since we left
factions in.
Sicily. Let the Navy do their thing and
Shut up.
soften up the
I played all the
defenses
factions
before we send the boys
in the preview,
How should we proceed,
and
sir?
by far the hardest to play for me
Jolly good, sir. I'll tell the men
was
to prepare. Give
the
order
British
whenever you're ready.
and the Africa Corps, and Rommel's crowd. That were, you know, they didn't have sniper. Essentially, they didn't have sniper units, and that gave them a significant disadvantage over the other two. Made them much harder to play. But what I did like about the British is they've got all the different accents. You know, all the guys running around in the fight go, "I need more ammo," whatever they say, whatever it is they say. They've all got the little catchphrases. The British one, they've got all the different accents. So the Indian guy's got an Indian accent, just barrage him.
All ships, open fire.
That defensive bunker. The Indian guy's got an Indian accent. The Gurkha's got a Gurkha accent. The Liverpudlian's got a Liverpudlian accent. The Liverpool guy's got a Liverpool accent. The Scottish guy's got a Scottish accent. The Welsh guy's got a Welsh. It's great. All the little guys running around, all your little soldiers and units, they've all got a gazillion different accents. I'm not good enough at American or German accents to know if they've done the same for their forces. But yeah, so I'm playing the Brits because they've got the cool accents, and I love it. They are not the best. You know, if you just want to win, don't take the Brits. Take the Americans. So I've captured, instead of taking Salerno, as requested, I've captured the airfield. You know, it was there. Also, now have a look at this. That thing that looks like a tank is actually a mobile artillery. And look how many hit points he's got left. He's knackered already. I'd like to buy some more units. I particularly like to buy that US Armoured Company, but I don't have the resources.
Gunners, we've received our orders.
It's a bit bugged. The on the unit marker above that tank, there's a kind of. I've got to buy and fly aircraft from here. The top bar is the health. The blue bar, see that's damaged. That's your health bar, and the blue circle at the bottom of that marker of that icon tells you whether you've moved or not this turn. So now once he's done it, bang! It should disappear. It should become an empty. An empty circle, not have a blue hole in it. Right, he's telling me here that if can you see I've got support abilities. I'm going to have off-site artillery from that. Whoops, from the battleship. He would have given me some other thing, except that I spent too long in enemy territory. I'm too damaged. If I was undamaged, I'd have got an extra for this fight. But I'm going to leave this on a cliffhanger. The next fight will be brought to you. Wait for it, wait for it a bit more in the next episode. Please come back and watch. The next episode will begin just like this.